Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all of us. You know, the conversation is now that gotten all of the immigrants out of the country, or the workers are hiding and don't want to come to work. That the part of the plan, many of us already knew what it was, 2025, was that you're going to get those guys out of the country and take things back the way they used to be. You know, people are on aid, they can get Medicaid, stuff like this. So you're saying, well, what you're going to have to do if you want to continue to get this Medicaid, you got to get back out in the fields and do whatever needs to be done out there. You see, now that's the plan of the man, America, black people. That's the plan of the man. You know that. And those of you who thought that this guy was going to look out for you, you see now that he didn't. And I know many of you will still put your faith in him and trust in him, but I want to tell you this. You are being invited to put your faith in God. You see, while they are programming to cause you additional pain, to cause you additional suffering, they're not thinking about doing anything to relieve you from all the degradation of living in this hell that they've created. But God has. See, God's plan, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you, is to allow you to have a job, a career. That's first of all, to allow you to have a job, a career. But want you to choose something, a job or career that you love. I've said this 1,000 times. I don't think it's going to hurt to say it again. A career, a job that you love. You do that. Every last one of you in America. And we're doing this in America so the whole world can see how wonderful God is. And they would choose God. So I'm saying this to America now. Black people, you got your role in it. You got to take the leadership. Let the Spirit lead you because you are designed for this purpose. So everybody have that career that they love. And God, this power that is not a man, it's not a woman, it's invisible, is going to bless you for choosing something that you love by rewarding you with joy. You're going to choose something that you love as a career. And on top of that, on top of finding something that you love, you're going to get the joy that makes it complete. Now you put love and got joy together. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your reward. All of the money that you could make for being an engineer, all of the money that you could make for playing sports, all of the money that you can make for conning and ripping people off and doing Ponzi schemes, all of the money that you could get could not bring you to the status of this joy, this love that you have for this life that you have just gotten yourself into. And guess what? As a result of this joy and this love, you, the people, all of you have your needs, your wants, and your desires met. Oh, brother, can you imagine that? Not only that, you're living now in peace and you're prosperous and free. Can you imagine that? Man, you're having joy and love and happiness and you're living your dreams. Can you imagine that? And ladies and gentlemen, that means that all of you know what you're suffering for today. You need money to do this. You need money to do that. Bill collector's calling for this. Bill collector's calling for that. You're hanging up on the phone. Tell them I don't want to get the doctor and hospital calling you for you've been there and this emergency stuff and you're not paying anything and they're calling you and you just hanging up. My. You won't have to worry about any of that ever again. All of your health care, everything, food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, any and all things that's made by the hands of man is available to you. at your leisure, and it costs you nothing. It doesn't cost you one red penny. You know why? Because while you are in love and receiving that joy, you are creating your heaven on earth. Put together, what you guys are doing is designed by that power that you can't see. And what you're doing is creating paradise on earth. What you're doing is creating heaven on earth. You're answering all of the problems. You're creating in that reservoir of goods and services an abundance that no one in this country will ever have to suffer a lack of anything. And that, my friends, gives you the authority to raise up your hands high, to go up and be a symbol before the world. The dark world is still fighting wars. The dark world is still shooting up and killing babies. The dark world, my friends, that still got poverty and crime and violence. The dark world where people are starving. Yeah, this is something to see. And this is our response to what evil is trying to do in America today. We are not up trying to get all upset with evil. We've been there. That doesn't serve any purpose. What we're going to do is forget about getting mad with evil, outsmart evil. Forget about getting angry with evil. We know what it is, but forget about getting angry with it. There's no solution in getting angry. There's a solution in getting smart. So being smart means change the system. This system that we're living in is responsible for all of the stuff that's going on. Plays a major role, system wise. So we get smart and we change the system. We create a new system, the system where God runs the show. That's what I'm saying to you. Create a new system, a system where God runs the show. That'll be our strategy of dealing with evil in this country. All right? All right.